Welcome to a brand new episode of the Oracles. And actually today, this episode rather is a very special one because it is our 50th
Yeah.
episode, which is quite huge for us. And also, last time that our previous episode that we put up, I forgot to mention that we also hit a huge milestone as well, 100 subscribers. It's not
But
much, but
in this
yeah, it's
game,
something. It's something we'll get there.
yeah,
We'll get, but anyway, how are you doing, Z?
I'm all good, man. I'm all right. It's December, guys. It's not November at this point. December. I'm speaking from my year-end fatigue,
Yeah.
but
Uh,
technically we're still in November. But I'm just tired.
yes,
No, because
yesterday there was
it's my birthday week, so I mean,
yeah,
I should be good.
yeah. You should be good. You should be okay. Your birthday's what, on Saturday the 18th?
Yeah, on Saturday.
All right. No, I'll wish you a happy birthday on Saturday. But and I saw that you have a list of things that you want for your birthday. How far are you on
Yeah,
closing down?
hmm? It's not a long list, right? It's not
Yeah.
bad. But I feel like people should be meeting me halfway. And for
Nah.
me, I've only gotten four things. I'm not happy. Four. That means I'm missing nine. But the last two is not really important. The Jordan slide and the Steve Madden slide Browns, I just like how they look. If I don't get
Yeah.
them, it's fine. But everything else, it's not bad.
Yeah.
MX 90s, a Zara bag or an Eldo bag, a Tetsu voucher, money, Le Crusade mugs. It's not bad. Not
Yeah.
bad.
Money's
But I'm getting
money's
there. I'm getting there. I'm slowly
what was
getting there.
you're getting there. You're
Yeah.
getting there. And I'm surprised that you say it's not much. Like it's a few things. That it's only 13 things. You know, I don't know. I don't know.
This is when people must show me that they love me. This time
Yeah,
around. I never asked for anything. I never asked for a lot. But this time around, they must pull through for the girl.
yeah. And I saw also there were huge hailstorms in Gauteng around the Joburg area. Did it affect you in any way?
You know what's wrong? Here they happened around 5, like my part of the south. That's another thing also. I'm in the south of Joburg, and there are some people in the south who didn't experience any rain at all.
Yeah.
And not even far from each other. Some people didn't experience rain at all, and some of us had a hailstorm. Even the east, some parts of the east didn't get any rain. Some were extremely sunny. Some got a hailstorm. I'm just like, this global warming we're in is some crazy business. Because these are
Yeah.
literally like areas that are very close to each other. Like literally 2 minutes away, you cross the street every day. But there's no rain. It's dry. I'm just like, what are we going
Yeah.
through?
It's very
But ours
weird.
wasn't as bad as a Midrand. Ours like didn't break things. Yes, there was hail on the floor, but it didn't break anything.
Yeah. Okay. No,
Midrand, on the other hand, oh,
yeah. There's
insurance
a
companies were fighting today.
yeah. Yeah. I saw some photos. Strangely enough, I also saw a photo put up by someone who stays at the exchange, the place
Mm-hmm.
where I was staying in when I was there for
I saw
uh,
a pic.
yeah.
This thing has like a PTSD. I'm like, not PTSD.
Yeah.
Picture and I said picture. I think that also on my side, that's how it looked like. So it wasn't
Yeah.
damaging because like I think even that part of Newtown, it didn't necessarily
Yeah.
damage, but it was just white on the ground. So even on my
Oh,
side, that's how it was.
all right. Yeah. No. And the funny thing is that the lady actually responded, and they still
Really?
don't have water. Yeah, they still don't have water, and now they also get power cuts. So
When you say they still don't have water, has it been a consistent thing since the 7th of October,
it,
or they've gotten water and had?
it looks like it's a consistent thing because I did
No, then
say
they need
that
to move out because they can't even hold
yeah,
them against that lease. They really can't force them to stay. If they
they
can't
can't.
provide a basic need, they literally can give them back their deposit money because it's not their fault.
Yeah, like it's a very bad situation. It's a very bad situation.
Mm.
But I don't know. I mean, with the rain, even with the rain that's been falling recently, I don't
Sure.
think it's going to fill those to fill those reservoirs. But yeah, anyway, we have to move on from that. It's none of our business. I'm back at home. I'm not going to
You're
stay there.
happy.
And yeah, I'm happy. I'm good.
And it's such a pretty place, man. I like it. It's a pretty place.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful place, and it's also in a very convenient area,
Yes.
very quiet. So
Yes.
it's unfortunate that they don't have any water, and now they're also facing power cuts. But yeah, anyway, we in the last episode we were talking about the summers, and
Mm-hmm.
our conversation was around the fact that the summers were at the time cancelled,
Mm-hmm.
but now they are back on. There's Vibe. Is it Vibe Mobile? No, yeah, I think it's Vibe Mobile, which has come in as a partner right now, and also there is Africa Fest that has come in
Yes.
as a partner. Well, so now the summers will be held at the Sunbet Arena in Manlin, Maine, in Pretoria on the 18th of November, which is the same day as the Africa Fest, the same day and same venue as the Africa Fest. And so now I'm curious to
How is
see
that
how,
going to work?
yeah, but I'm
Or
curious
is
to see how,
Africa first, sorry, during the day, then around 6 p.m., 7 p.m., they start doing the carpets? Or how are they
yeah,
doing it?
because apparently Africa Fest is supposed to start at 3 p.m., I think. Yet the red carpet for the summers is starting at 4 p.m.
That's
And
even
then
worse.
yeah, so I don't know. I don't know how they're going to make all of that work. But what I noticed also is that Africa Fest has a huge lineup, more especially
Yes.
Amapiano.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge lineup. Anyone who's a big piano artist at the moment, I think they're going to be performing there. Because
Yes.
I think I saw Kabza, I saw DJ Stoki, I saw Maporisa, obviously. So pretty
Big
much,
names.
daughter as well will be performing there. So it's going to be a huge thing. Africa
Yes,
Fest is
big
going,
names.
especially now also them coming together with the summers is going to be a huge thing.
And I think it's going to work out because, to be quite honest, as much as we love the summers, for so many people, they have lost, like previously, they had lost like its mojo, if I can call it that. People
Yeah,
would just watch them because they're home, not
yeah,
how it used to be back then when people were looking forward to the summers. So I think now with this partnership, people like seeing performances and they like to see a well curated show. And I
yeah,
feel like when you have a festival, most festivals are usually well curated. So when you think
yeah,
about that and think of the award show and the recognition, think about the performances, I feel like it's going to work out. I'm positive. I feel like it's going to work out.
yeah. I mean, I'm just glad that the summers are happening.
Yeah,
They are happening.
yeah,
And hopefully, if it works well, it's likely that it's going to happen again next year. Africa Fest and the
yes,
summers
true.
coming together once more, which is a
And it will
huge,
get bigger. It will get
yeah,
bigger.
it will get bigger and it will be a huge win for the promoters in Africa
Yeah,
Fest,
true.
the organizers of Africa Fest, because
Mm-hmm.
now they are getting the crowd because the summer awards will be there. It'll be
Yes,
easier to confirm things because anyone who's nominated is most likely going to be at the awards, so they're
yeah,
going to be likely performing at Africa Fest, which is huge. And also, interestingly enough, because I think this is the first year that the summers have the the rest of Africa category,
mm-hmm.
which
Yeah,
includes artists from outside of South Africa. So having that category for the first time and then coming together with Africa Fest, I think that's a huge victory.
yeah,
It's a huge victory. It literally fell on the lap of the promoters of the organizers of
literally,
Africa. Yeah, so I'm
literally.
happy for Risa as well, who is the organizer
Yes.
of awards.
I really am. I really, and also I like how people came together to bring the summers back on.
Yeah,
That the unity, because you understand how, like, guys, music is a personal thing and an emotional thing for everyone. And I feel like this has shown how much of a big deal it is. Everyone is just
yeah,
like, give us the music, man. Give us the music, you know?
yeah. And still talking about the summers, though, at least the awards or the categories rather. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
that means that AKA is most likely to get, I don't know, maybe at least 5 awards, 4, 5 awards.
4 or 5. I'm looking at 4, 5 maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he is the one who he is what do you call it? Nominated the most with in
Yes.
7 categories, 7 nominations.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not a small thing.
No, it's not. It's a big deal, man. And as I said last time, I really like the fact that he was not nominated from a thing of we miss him or we feel sorry that that happened, you know. Yes, we still
Yeah,
hurt. Yes, we miss him, but he was genuinely nominated for the work.
yeah, he was.
And I feel
Um,
like with the wins, they will be based on merit.
yeah, like what do we call it? The death tax. The death
Yes,
tax
yes,
does not apply here. Does not apply to
definitely
it.
doesn't. Yep,
Yeah.
it's
And
literally what he deserves.
yeah, and I was listening to the album again because I realized today that I have moments where when I don't know what to listen to when I'm in the car and I don't know what to listen to.
Same.
Um,
Yeah.
the Mass Country is the go-to album for me
For you.
because then it gets me back into the groove of listening to music or at
Mm-hmm.
least going finding what I want to listen to. But whenever I'm stuck, Mass Country is the album for me
Yeah.
to go to and listen to.
Like, cause it's such a beautifully put together album, man. I'll always, you know, when you say that album, he went into the music with it. He was
Yeah,
there, man, full on. Like even with the studio sessions, the videos that we'd see, and everything, it has a special touch, man.
yeah,
And I
it,
think it grows on you with every listen.
yeah.
It
It,
really
it
grows on you.
It does. It's one of those albums where when you actually listen to it, you realize that you know what, I might have missed this
Yes.
when the last time to every time you listen to it, you catch something new.
Hmm.
You get something.
Definitely.
Yeah. So now and while we're actually talking about albums and music, um, there's 2 albums that dropped recently since the last time we spoke.
Yeah.
First one being "Too Good to Be True" by Rick Ross and Meek Mill, and then the other one being "Boys in the Hood," which is Ginger Trill and Touchline. And now that I actually mention it, I realize that these are actually both collaboration albums
Yeah.
from yeah, two different albums from uh, 4 different artists who collaborated
Yeah.
respectively with one another. Um, let's start with "Too Good to Be True." I don't know. Have you listened to it as yet?
I haven't had a chance, but I've seen very good reviews actually, to be quite honest. And I think the reason why I think I saw good reviews is because I didn't see anyone complaining about Meek Mill screaming. Because that's the
Yeah,
thing I have against Meek. Meek is always loud, and I'm just like, do you understand? You actually are making sense. I really want to listen to you, Mara. We are not talk like you're loud, and I really want to listen to you because I enjoy Meek. I enjoy Meek, and I love rock, guys. I
yeah,
love rock. So I really enjoy Meek. So I'm just like when I saw the reviews, I'm like, okay. Also, you know me, I don't like to read too much into reviews. I don't like to take people's opinions on what's
yeah,
good on the album or what isn't good. So I'm like, I need to give it a listen as soon as I can. But I haven't listened to it. Although I've seen quite a few reviews, but I haven't listened to it on my side.
yeah. For me, it's uh, I, I listened to the whole thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I have some reservations. Like there's some beats which the bass is too loud. You know those beats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I forget what subcategory they are, but I know what's they're done by Meek Mill's producers, or rather beats that are chosen by Meek Mill. Because we know Rick Ross's kind of beats that what he usually goes for. But most of the beats I think on the album are catered for Meek Mill, because Rick Ross is easy for him to get into any type of beat, but Meek Mill is not so much the same. We can't really say the same. The songs, I think it was I forget what the name of the song is. Like I can almost see the name, but I, for the life of me, I just can't find it. But I think I should be able to find it right now. But that song for me is the one that really put me off. Which one is it? Oh yeah, it's Grandois. Yeah, Grandois is the beat that put me off. It's the one of the songs that has like
Is it over? Is it over? Like, is it over the top? Is it overbearing for both of them, or just for Nick?
No, it's. I mean, Rick Ross flows very well on it, but also Meek Mill. Also, as loud as he raps, as loud as he is, he pretty much flows through the song very well. But for me, like both of them lyrically and the projection for both of them, I don't really have much of a problem with both Rick Ross and Meek Mill, particularly on this album. But it is just a production for me on some of the songs. It's like the song like Grandois. It's one of those songs where for me, I like to think that it's one of those beats that are made for people who drink codeine, who drink codeine too much, that their minds are no longer 100%. So they need that bass to kick the mind back into place. So
kick them back in. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, it's one of those things for me. But there's another song right after it. What is it? I forget what it's called. I think it's Above the Law. The beat on that one. I feel like they got a bit of Dr. Dre, 90s Dr. Dre element, which is quite. It's sort of like it's almost like it's not properly aligned with the guys, because the beat itself is immaculate. It's like really, really proper. But I feel like both Rick Ross and Meek Mill were not able to ride the beat properly. Yeah, it's almost like they were walking beside it instead. They tend to.
I hear you.
Yeah, getting on it. But otherwise, just the beat on its own, really, I feel like it's one of the best. And a nice surprise that I found on the album is that Shaquille O'Neal is also featured on it, on the Kobe and Shaq remix, and he has
as a rapper.
Yeah, as a rapper. So yeah, he's rapping on the. Have you ever actually heard Shaquille O'Neal rap?
I've never heard him rap, and I've seen him do everything else, because there's nothing that Shaq doesn't do.
Yeah.
At some point, you need to be like, okay, I'm not doing this. I was looking at him the other day. I'm just like, what doesn't this man do? Just like, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, because I think he released an album, if not a single, before, like early, in his playing career. Was it in the 90s? I can't remember if it was in the 90s or something.
Yeah, I was a baby. It makes sense, but I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, but he used to rap, so it wasn't his first time rapping on a song.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, it was a great surprise. It's hard to hear everything he says, because generally it's hard to hear everything that Shaq says. So even on the song, it's hard to hear everything that he says. But
it's not just me, guys.
What's that?
I really thought it's just me. I thought I'm the problem, because I barely hear Shaq when he speaks.
No.
I don't listen attentively. I'm just like, I can't hear this thing. So it's not just me.
No, it's very hard to hear what Shaq has to say. But but for the most part, you do pick up on what he's saying, and also and the way that he's riding on the beat. 100%. It's almost like he's been rapping his entire life.
No.
So yeah, that is too good to be true for me. And then we move on to Boys in the Hood, an exciting album, an album that we have. Okay, we've been waiting for ever since for about a month or so, ever since we heard that Touch Ginger are working on an album together. What's your what do you have to say about that album?
First of all, I'm grateful for them putting their money where their mouth is.
Yeah,
Because when you say waiting, when you think about it, they said we're going to work, and in literally less than 2 months they worked and they gave us a body of work. And that for me speaks to how much a person truly believes in music, how much they truly believe in themselves and the capabilities. Because these niggas were in studio almost every second day, if not every night. They were putting themselves under pressure. And I like the fact that the pressure they put themselves under, they basically became diamonds, and they didn't. Because I feel like with me, I can hear albums that are rushed or singles that are
yeah.
rushed, but I'm not getting any of that from Boys in the Hood. I'm
Nah,
really not
nah.
getting any of that.
You know, I know what you're talking about, and it actually sounds like those guys never left the studio. Like ever since
Exactly.
doing this, we're doing this album, they've
Yeah.
been in the studio ever since.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it sounds like. And I'm quite one of the things that stands out for me is Touchline's hooks. Like Touchline has been working by himself for a very long time,
I feel he's
and he's
untouchable.
for a very long time. But on this particular album, on Boys in the Hood, and dude, like he is
From the
so amazing.
first song, literally, when an album catches you from the first song, it's just like, yeah, no, I'm in it. I am
Yeah,
in it. By the time you
yeah,
wake up, it's done. You're like, let's go again. This is how I felt.
yeah. And you know what, and it's something that I actually said in one of my tweets recently is that where Touchline is at this very moment, you could hit him up for a feature and not even ask for a verse, just asking for a hook, and you'll be golden. You will
Yes.
be golden. Like his penmanship right now, even some
Lovely.
of the he says some things that we never heard him say before, which caught me off guard. It's not really a bad thing. It's not really a bad
But
thing, but
yeah.
it from Touchline. But yeah,
And I think it's how he says them. They're just like
yeah,
sexually. We are better, but let it slide. And I'll bet you can't be like, no, the things you're saying, my
yeah,
nigga, they dizzy. But because of how he's saying them, you're not being outright with it. Remember how
yeah.
we were talking about KO the other time when they're about kill can curse. But if you're not following, you're not gonna catch it.
You're not gonna catch it. Yeah,
Same thing.
like
Same
I'm
thing.
thinking, wow, Touchline actually thinks like this. That is not that is not what I expected from him. Yeah, but
Exactly.
yeah, but he in the and his verse also on what's it called, a movie,
Movie again.
um yeah, like his verse on there, where he does that thing where he starts very high, with his I don't know what you call it. He starts very high and then he goes a bit low every time
Yeah.
with line. He just goes lower and lower. He goes lower, and that for me also shows his artistry. Like it's not really an easy thing to do, to control that, to
Yes.
start high and then he basically takes it down quite a bit. It
He
does it
does.
so easily. For me, I mean, I'm a huge Touchline fan,
Yeah.
first and foremost.
Obviously.
So I'm obviously going to talk more about him than I will about Ginger. But
Mm-hmm.
Ginger also on there, so amazing, so amazing. And I don't know how many albums Ginger has done, how many collaboration albums has done, but remember that when we talked with Top Dog, they'd already done a collaboration
Yeah.
album together.
Yeah.
And you know, also Ginger's growth
Yeah.
recently,
True.
seeing him rap the way that he does on this
Oof.
album. I think 2024 should be the year where
For them,
we,
yes.
yeah, for them. I think in a South African context, we should be talking about Ginger Trill and Touchline the same way we talk about Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick.
Literally.
Yeah, I think
Because they
2024 is.
rap. They rap. And in the midst of them rapping, they still make fun music.
Yeah,
It's
and
not
but
just hardcore rap.
yeah, and seeing rappers like them, these guys are guys who are not chasing numbers. They're
Yes.
not chasing the streams. They're not chasing numbers. Basically,
They're not.
they're chasing the next verse. They're just chasing.
Yeah.
They're chasing after themselves to say how
Exactly.
better do this than how I've done it before. And that's the making of a true MC. That's the making of a true rapper. To say we care more about the music than we care about the numbers. The numbers will
Exactly.
come. If we master this thing and we do it exactly the way that we want to do it, and we exceed our limits, the numbers will come naturally.
Definitely. Yeah. Like honestly, and when you're still talking about collabs, when it comes to Ginger, deep down in my heart, I love this collab. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not taking anything away from it. But
Yeah.
there's another collab I'm still missing from Ginger, even if it's 4 songs, that would make me extremely happy. It's a collab between him and Kate Hustle. Ginger introduced me to Kate Hustle, and I've been a fan since. That boy is good. Okay?
Yeah.
That boy is good. Like, and they work so well together. So that's another one. When you speak up collaborations with Ginger, that's another one I really like to see because they have a few songs together, like quite a few. They have Mama Right, they've House of BNG, House of BNG too. They have quite a few, and they are amazing. And I feel like if they did just a young 4 Yana mixtape or a 5 track Yana mixtape, I'd be happy. I'll be, but I like Boys in the Hood. I love it. And you know how I always say I'm not supposed to be feeling like this, but I always feel like I become attached to not just the music, but the person who's making the music, right? And sometimes I feel like you shouldn't change. You don't like you shouldn't change. Don't do that to us as your supporters, right?
Yeah.
Then I feel like sometimes I'm not necessarily losing them. I'm just like something is missing. Contour off, you know. Then who's this touchline went and addressed that on the album. I think the
Yeah.
title of the song is I Miss Me Too. Have you
Yeah.
ever heard someone speak about themselves and it's just like, that's actually how I feel about you right now? I'm just like, it's so what I love touch, no? But I don't know what's going on. I'm just like, no man. So when I listen to an album, I'm just like, it explains it. Like if you know when you can articulate something, then you hear
Yeah.
that person articulate that thing about themselves. I
Yeah.
was like, that's literally it. When he says I miss me too, because now it went for me, it became a thing of when he says I miss me too, did he get certain word from certain people saying we miss your touch?
Most likely. Most
You know?
likely. Because
Then to me, it's like, okay, clearly it's not just user, clearly in Baning. And I'm just like, okay. I don't feel bad anymore. I really don't feel bad anymore.
yeah, because now that you say it like that, yeah, I feel like Touchline's fan base is similar to what A-Reece has, like A-Reece's fan base. These are people who are loyal
Yes,
to the art,
like this.
to love the
Yes,
artist, to love the guy, and they don't want to hear anything else. They do not want
yes.
to hear. They will not take any
Which is
negative.
unfair. Which is unfair, but
Yeah. They will not accept any negative word about this person. So
definitely.
with Touchline, especially with the way that he raps, he's a very personal rapper,
Yeah,
and he raps about that. There's a bit of consciousness in there, and I mean, Imchito
yes,
Sekas, after Sekas,
yes, yes,
that's the best way to explain it. Where if you lived Elo, a Lokshin, you grew up Elo, a Kas, or at least you know Imbila Sekas, then you'll be able to understand what touchline
correct,
is.
correct.
If you grew up Elo, a Kas, and you've been to like Model C schools or anything like that, then you understand what he's talking about. And his that personal touch that he has in his music is something that a lot of us can relate to.
Yes.
Even if it's not like a personal experience, but it's something that we've seen, it's something that we know, it's something that it's around us. It's around us. With that being said, his fan base as well should be, or rather is the kind of people who can go up to him and say, "Daughter, the touchline that we saw last year or 2 years ago, where is that touch? Where has he gone?" But at the same
And
time,
it's not
it's
fair,
not.
guys. It's very
Yeah,
unfair. It's very unfair. That's something we shouldn't be feeling like this, but we're human, man. But
yeah,
it's unfair because he also needs to grow. And that's what
yeah,
he's doing right now. He's catapulting like crazy right now. And I love it for him. But as a person, he always have those attachment issues, man. It's wild, but it is there.
yeah. But and you know, it's where I was going with what I'm saying. Good see, with touchline, if you pay close attention, or rather, not just to him, but live generally, and you pay close attention to yourself, this is natural growth for him,
Yes.
because this is a way he is right now is something that he's been trying to get to since
Like
2019, and now it's starting to finally manifest, and and having the kind of success that he's always wanted to have, it's also going to change him, and which is a good thing, and it's not like change is not always a bad thing also, because it's not like he's changing in a bad way. He's changing like a normal person should, like like a person who's seen success, who's seen places, who's learning, who is finally realizing that things aren't exactly the way that he thought they are,
yeah, well,
and also navigating through this whole thing by himself. Because I don't think Touchline is signed to any record label, if I'm not
not that
mistaken.
I know of.
Yeah,
Not that I
at
know of
least
as well. I think he's an independent artist.
yeah. So doing that, it means that he is basically doing everything himself, and doing everything himself means that you were able to see how promoters think, how
Yeah.
promoters see you, how people generally, because now he's dealing with everything that has to do with
Yeah.
his career. So his perspective is obviously not going to be the same
Different.
as some
Yeah.
who at his level got signed to a major record label
Correct.
years earlier than him. So it's a good thing, and I'm happy to
It
see
is.
him.
Same.
Yeah, I'm happy to see him
Who's
grow
that
the way.
low boy, guys? That low. I said it's glowing.
Yeah,
And I love to sit. And speaking of them, actually, they have their official launch this Saturday. I think it's
is
in
it?
Santon. Yeah, I stand to correct,
Yeah,
but I think it's in Santon. Yeah, I think it's there. I think it's 100 rand a ticket.
yeah,
It's in the north somewhere. Yeah, they're having an official launch for
yeah.
Boyzen the Hood.
Yeah, it's very very interesting, because that means that in about a month or so, Touchline now has three events basically.
Basically. Yeah.
Yes, because he had that his event, I think, on the eve of Back to the City. I think that was in Tembisa,
One in
uh,
Tembisa. Mhm.
at the listening session near Boyzen the Hood,
Mhm.
the night before the release, and then now they're doing this one. Uh,
And there was another one actually last week. Last week or the week before.
yeah,
Yeah. It was I didn't
yeah,
or something. But it was a bit far
yeah,
because when I checked on my Google Maps, it was outside Gauteng. I was like, yeah, no, I can't make it by myself.
yeah. You're actually right, because
But I think it was outside Gauteng.
yeah, I think you're right, because I think I saw Mahuta posting about that one. I think he might have been there,
Mm-hmm.
because that means that it's
The
four
fall.
events.
Yeah.
Yeah, four, which is amazing. More events than is done more events in this space of time than is done in I don't know how long.
Along,
Uh,
true.
yeah, yeah.
And that's the growth we like to see, man. It's beautiful. It's really because one thing about me, you know how much I appreciate people like artists who are good and they've
yeah,
been working so hard to make it, and they make it literally off the marriage, like of how good they are, and not because of like any sort of privilege.
Yeah,
You know, it's the
yeah,
hard work speaking for itself.
yeah. And I hope to see him on Questa's next project.
Oof,
Yeah, I hope to see him on there, because if he gets
yeah, those
on there,
two. I feel
it'll
like those
be-
two will go head to head if he just fishes him and nobody else.
yeah,
They fighting in studio. I'll tell you that
yeah,
for free right now. They might not say it, but they'll be fighting in studio.
yeah. Because like in my head, I already have a
Breast for
concept.
breast. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. In my head, I already have a concept that might work for both of them. Yeah, but we'll see. We'll
Like now
see.
that you mentioned it, my head just went to a reporting live from Katlehong with Youngster.
Yeah,
Like the way they hand each other, like the beat and everything and the verses, I'm just like, when you're just like passing the beats in, that's how they're doing it, and it just sounds amazing. I'm just like, these
yeah,
two are geniuses, man. They are geniuses, and it sounds amazing.
yeah,
So when
yeah,
you
yeah,
mention it, I can hear Touch and Questa. I can hear them.
yeah, yeah. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, it's good news for us,
Yeah.
music lovers, people who love Touchline and Questa. And I'm also very excited about Ginger Trill. I'm
Oh, man.
excited to what's going to happen for him next year.
When you think about it, so wild because I remember Utach was mentioning the other day, Uguti, he used to listen to Ginger on the full clip. And that's how most of us got introduced to Ginger. And now
Yeah,
they're working together. And I'm just like, it's the power of the music, man.
yeah,
Because we all listened to Ginger on the full clip. That's how we knew it when we were still Ginger Bedman.
yeah,
And now they're
yeah,
actually working together. It's the most beautiful thing. They were both at YFM, I think, on was it Saturday? A few
yeah.
days ago, I think they were there for that hip hop show. And I'm just like, this is what we want to see. When you
Oh yeah,
go from being on YFM.
oh yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah,
wait,
so I'm like,
is it DJ
well,
Feifei?
yes,
Yeah,
on that
yeah,
show. So like it's so nice to see people who are literally standing in line to just drop a 16 to having an entire 30 minutes an hour allocated to them.
yeah.
That for me is beautiful.
Especially with a newer generation um, that wasn't there when they were still dropping 16s.
Exactly.
Because yeah, like it's a whole different lineup. It's now people who were not there when I mean, okay, like DJ Feifei wasn't there when Ginger was on the full clip, and now so it's a whole different generation now,
Generation, correct.
and they're still there, and now they're given all the time
Yes.
to talk music. It's really great. It's an awesome thing.
It's an exciting time for hip hop, guys. I love where we're at right now. I am
Yeah,
happy. Niggas are dropping every week. They're collaborating. Also, I saw something today between my two favorite people. I'm just like, I need to be in the right headspace for this one. I saw my Clara and Toss. I'm just like, what's going on here? Are you rapping? I saw the snippet. I'm like, I don't want to listen to it. I'll try it tomorrow. I'll be in a better
yeah,
headspace tomorrow. But I saw my Clara and Toss, and I'm just like, I know I'm gonna love this. I might be biased right now, but I know I'm gonna love it.
yeah.
I can just
No,
tell. Deep in my heart, I can tell.
yeah, yeah. It should be amazing. Hopefully, I'll be able to hear what McLaren is saying. But yeah,
You need to go back to your city to hear him again because I don't know how that's possible, but
yeah,
I'm so confused. Like I hear him, I heard him word back to the city. I'm just like,
yeah,
so when it's
yeah,
full, people are screaming. That's when you heard him rap. I'm just like, no, but no. I think if you listen to him,
yeah,
you would hear
yeah.
actually. And most people who don't actually listen, they say it's not making sense. But if you listen to McLaren, I think it's just the words that he uses. And if you understand those words, you can tell what actually this is making sense.
Yeah, like you need to understand Spitori basically
Yes.
to be able to, like Larry say. But yeah, I don't know. I need to listen more to more of his music. Then I think I'll eventually be able to pick up most of what he's saying.
Yeah. And if you know a bit more stuff about like Italian, then I feel like I understand him even better. Because he
Yeah,
references Amateliano and everything. So if
yeah,
you understand that the clothes, the lingo and everything, it's easier to understand.
yeah, and also still with Maglera. It's an amazing thing for to see someone like McLaren. I out as a grew up in Pretoria, and his love for fashion, especially the kind of fashion that he wears.
Love it.
It's mainly suits. So
Love it.
it's a very interesting thing to see his love for that.
I love it. And another thing that I love is, you know how, I'm a tea lover. I love drinking tea. And there are
Yeah,
times I'm out at night and I don't want to have alcohol. I don't want to have a Red Bull. I don't want water. And I want to order tea. And people will make me feel guilty for ordering tea. Like, I've badala. We all adults here. Let's order whatever we want. But now that my Claire is ordering tea at Groove, suddenly it's cool. I'm just like, you guys are hypocrites. You guys are hypocrites. Why must he order? Even though it's a whole teapot and everything, I just want me a 5 roses in a cup. You know, like Kira will order tea at Groove, guys. I'm just like, that's my nigga. That guy
yeah,
he dresses well, man. Like he makes sure that he looks good all the time. Even if he's just wearing a young t-shirt that's tight and like formal pants, he looks good.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, that and it's really great to see guys like him fall in
Yeah,
love with fashion like that.
definitely.
Hopefully he'll be able to venture into like a clothing thing, do something with that. I don't know what he might do, but hopefully, because I mean the music, and this is something that we normally say that the music is
Yeah,
not always there forever,
yeah,
and as an you need to find an avenue very early on in your career.
yes,
So when the music fades, you at least have something
yeah, something.
going to keep you going. But yeah, that is pretty much it from me. Do you have anything else you'd love to share or love to talk about?
Nah, same man. That's all for me. And I'm
Yeah.
happy.
All right. And actually, I have to apologize for last week not uploading an episode. We were supposed
Yeah,
to someone talk to George Bone. He's from the
mm-hmm.
UK. I don't know if you listened to the links that I sent you of his music. It's on SoundCloud.
I did listen to, but also, um, why Central guys? I do not want to be that hard, but I'm like, "Ish."
No,
I don't know, maybe because I feel like that was us in high school, guys. That was us
yeah,
in high
no,
school.
I can defend that. I can defend that for George, because he actually has some music on Apple Music. I don't know, but Spotify probably does
I'll
have
check
something.
Spotify. I'll check because
Uh,
me, I'm not a Apple Music honey. I'll check
yeah,
Spotify.
yeah. But the reason why he uses SoundCloud
Mm-hmm.
is because on SoundCloud you are able to drop a comment on the music or something like that. I don't know. But the links that I sent you, he
Mm-hmm.
has a playlist put up some of his music on there so that he calls them demos that I think where he's
Okay.
out there for people to listen to and maybe
Okay.
or say yeah basically comment on the music so that's why he has those songs on there.
Okay.
There's a
Valid.
song called Therapy, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That is actually my favorite song from him, like the
Really.
the way it's engineered, the song is engineered, the
Mm-hmm.
way that he wrote it, the way that he has composed it, everything about the song. I
Mm.
feel like it's one of those songs that if it reaches the right ears, it's a song that is going to really. I don't know
Blow us
about
away.
blowing up,
Mm-hmm.
but if it reaches the right ears, I think it's a song that will get him signed and get.
It'll do what it needs to do.
Yeah, it's a song that is going to do what it needs to do for him. I don't think it's a song that is going to be like huge worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one of those songs that might, if it's released in the mainstream, it might be somewhere that plays sometimes on Trace or something.
Oh,
Um, yeah, maybe somewhere on 5FM every now and then, but it's not a song that is going to would receive too much heavy rotation,
no, I hear you.
just enough rotation. And people Oh yeah, I think the best example I can give is one of those songs where when you're in high school, you find a song and you maybe the only one who knows it, and you share it with
Okay.
and then at some point you forget about it. But then when you remember it, you can't really remember what the name of the song, but you remember the melody.
Is.
And when you find it again, then it's going to take you back to back in high school when you first discovered it. Yes, it's one of those songs. But yeah, I think we might be talking to him next week, probably on Monday, because we are still in. Yeah, so we should be talking to him maybe next week, which I'm excited about. Probably on Monday, I think, which means that it's going to be a next week Wednesday episode. That's if happened because I think we've moved up the interview a couple of times. I think for yeah, but it's definitely going to happen. But other than that, that is it from me. And understand that that's it from you as well, Z.
Yeah, I'm all good or happy.
All right. So we will be back again next week. Thank you very much for watching, for being with us. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to share this with your friends. Let's take this. Let's take us to 500 subscribers. Let's on. But we'll be back again. We will be back again next week. Cheers. Have a good one.
Bye.